Hello and welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Wayne. I'm going to take you for a full video walk around tour of our 2015 complied Volvo S60 Polestar sedan. This is the pinnacle of Volvo's design. All the luxury, all the features and all the power. Last of the 3-litre all-wheel drive turbo sedans before they changed to the 2-litre version, which is nowhere near as strong and doesn't have the following that this car does. You'll note it's got the full body kit, lower lip spoilers on both sides. You can tell this is a Polestar just by looking at the front. It's got that signature bright blue badge off to the left hand side, and it's also got this rectangle portion here which signifies the car's driver support package fitted, which is forward collision mitigation and your adaptive cruise control as well. Got color coded front sensors all the way around. Daytime running lights in the front here. You've also got headlight washers here for the xenon headlights. They pop out and wash the headlights there in case you get bugs stuck on the front of them. You will note this car's pretty much been completely blacked out with the badges and the wheels, and you'll note that that bright signature Polestar blue on the brake calipers stands out beautifully at the front there. Also fitted with 4 Bridgestone Potenza tyres, which are a perfect mix of quiet road noise but amazing grip if you do decide you want to put this car through its paces. Indicators in the side mirrors. The car does have remote central locking and push button start. So on the doors, each one of them has a locking mechanism on the side, just this little rectangle. You just push that and it'll lock the car, and inside the door handle there's sensor in there, so as soon as you touch it like that with your fingers, even before you grab the handle, it will unlock the car from any of the 4 doors, and they've all got the locking mechanism on there as well. Alloy wheel on this side, again amazing condition, no marks whatsoever on there. Moving around to the back, the last of the Polestars has the bigger exhaust, which also has Polestar in the actual exhaust tip itself. You've got the bright blue badge, black badging at the back here, and the larger lip spoiler, which is a portion of the design for the MY15. The previous version only had a much smaller lip spoiler. Factory reverse camera and the handle for opening the boot up in the middle there under the letter L. You will note it does have a space saver spare wheel inside its bag in the back there. That was an option for purchase up until the 2015 model, and Volvo decided to include them in the sale of the vehicle. Interior in there though, very clean, doesn't look like it's had anything in there at all, and even across the rear bar there, very clean with no chips or scratches evident that I can see. Moving to the passenger side, again, very clean example. Back left-hand wheel there, no marks. Very good tyre on that. And again, very clean throughout the whole car. This Polestar is also fitted with the factory sunroof. Now, this was an option. Not all the Polestars got the sunroof. And you will note the slimline aerial at the back of the roof, keeping with that sleek design that Volvo are very well renowned for. Front left alloy wheel, last one of the 4, again unmarked, and all the way through, even in terms of the front bar, all very clean. Being super critical of, notice 1, 2, 3 tiniest little stone chips that have already been touched up. That's literally all I can point out as any negative factor on the car on an external point. Moving under the bonnet now, the first thing you notice is that gust strut on the right hand side takes that bonnet way up out of the way. Again, that's a design by Volvo to make it super easy for the service technicians to get in here to work on this engine. So again, this is a 3-litre turbo engine, puts out a very good 257 kilowatts of power and 500 Newton meters of torque. So let me tell you, when you put this car into sports mode, it does get up and go. It'll give most of the V8s and other turbo versions on the road a run for their money, no worries at all. It is a 6-speed auto transmission with the sports mode on the side, and it has a 67-litre fuel tank. Stats say it runs an average of 10.2 litres per 100 kilometres, so on a full tank you could see in excess of 650 k's. It is obviously, being a Volvo, one of the safest sedans on the road. Full 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 6 airbags, and if you do any research at all, you will find out that Volvo are renowned for being the safest car brand in the world. Sitting inside the Polestar now, we'll give you a full rundown of all the interior features this car has to offer. Starting on the driver's door, you will note it has the nice polished silver finish on the doors with the dark suede and the signature blue stitching in there as well, and that goes right throughout the whole interior, which you'll see shortly. Got full power windows, side mirrors left and right are on here, and your door locks up on the right hand side, so everything at easy access over here. In behind the steering wheel, you've got your fuel release, a boot release, and then your automatic headlights and fog lights. It is an electronic handbrake with a switch just under here, so you just push it to release it and pull it off to stop. Then basically on the steering wheel, it is a full perforated leather wrap steering wheel. Now this is actually heated for those cold mornings. Being a Swedish brand, there's a lot of snow over there, so a lot of it's to do more with heating than cooling, so it does have the heated steering wheel feature. On the steering wheel itself, you've got your voice activated Bluetooth controls, volume, radio controls for changing songs and etc. Then on the left hand side, you've got your adaptive cruise control. Setting the cruise, turn it on here, then just push the plus symbol to set it, and then up down is obviously for the speed, and then these two buttons are setting that distance between you and the car in front, so you can actually set how far you want that distance to be. On the right hand stalk, you've got your windscreen wiper controls. It does have auto headlights, auto wipers on the front there, and also the intermittent feature through here. On the left hand side, you've got your high beam, low beam, and your indicators. You will note the OK button on the side. This is to do with a menu that opens up options for the screen in here. So when you go through there, you can actually go through and you can do things such as changing the themes and the look of the dash layout, what you want to see. Most people in the Volvo Polestar camp do like the performance one, just has the brighter red dials and the large rev tacho with the digital speedo readout in the middle. Nice and easy layout to read though. Fuel gauge on the left hand side. Through the middle, you've got your start stop button. Again, I mentioned it is keyless entry and push button start, so as long as you've got the keys inside the car, you just simply put your foot on the brake and push the button to start and stop the car. Through the middle, central unit here, obviously we've got the navigation showing. It does have the color reverse camera with the reverse sensors, making it super easy. When you are reversing, if you do turn the wheel, you'll see there that it shows you roughly where you're going to end up. Maybe running over a man in the background there. Once you're in park, you will go back to navigation, and with the voice activation, so you can use that for a number of things, for your navigation, for changing climate control, for making phone calls. It's a really simple and easy system. Ideally, you'll use that more than actually using the dials, because once you're in there, if you do want to set a destination, you do need to basically go through and then select and then choose each letter as you go. Whereas if you use the voice activation, and I'll just get back to here, you just push the button, enter address.
Please say the name of the city, the street and the house number.
Berwick, Kangan Drive, 20.
Please wait. Berwick, Kangan Drive, 20, accepted. Would you like to start route guidance?
No. So just as a demonstration, that's how easy it is to use. Picks up the work address nice and easy. If I'd said yes, it'll set the destination and start the guidance straight away. So voice activation on the Volvo system works really, really well. Down through the middle, you've got a large center air vent, which is great for your air conditioning, hazard lights and CD slot. And then with the Volvo's design, they've got all the different options all at the push of a button right in the middle there. So you can skip between radio or media. If you've got Bluetooth music streaming, you've got your telephone options, and again with that, very easy. You've got a couple of options up there, so your contacts list or your recent call list. So if you want to go into contacts, you just turn the dial down and it automatically brings up all of your contacts just there. So really simple to use. Got your climate control, air conditioning through the middle, so your fan speed, automatic fan speed, the direction of air that you want through these three buttons here, and you do have dual zone climate control on both sides here. It does have heated seats for both of the front drivers, and a pretty good feature of the Polestar is it's got heated seats in the rear for the passengers as well. It's got the specific Polestar design gear stick here, leather bound with the signature blue stitching in there. Now I'm just going to move that out of the way to show the bottom part here. So you've got your parking sensors at the back, your heated steering wheel control. That's a lane departure warning button, so if you want that on, it'll let you know if you're going out of the lane. It's got the city safety stop, so that's if a car in front of you jams on their brakes and you don't realise, the car won't allow you to run up the backside of it. It'll just put a bright red warning up here. So there's a red LED strip at the bottom of the windscreen there that flashes up onto the windscreen with an audible alarm, and if you still don't hit the brake, the car will slam the brakes on for you, avoiding that collision. Does have the sports mode as I mentioned before, so you just flick that across to the left. You can see even the little LED display changes in there, and then it's as simple as changing up or down gears. This will actually open up the bimodal part of the exhaust, making it louder. It will breathe more, it will have faster gear ratio changes, so it will dump the power into the turbo a lot lower down in the gear ratio, so that's where you get your maximum performance, is actually by sliding it across to that sport mode there. Does have two factory Volvo keys. Got large cup holders in the middle here with a little rubber flap, so these are actually really good. So if you get like a small coffee or a cold drink and you put it in there, they will actually hold it very steady. Got the 12-volt power outlet, and you've also got the sliding top there to keep that nice and clean if you don't have anything in there. Center console has your USB and 3.5mm input there as well for your media. Now moving through the rest of the interior, they really haven't missed a beat. Amazing seats in these. They've got really large side bolsters, making it feel like the performance car it's designed to be. It is partial leather interior with the nice grey suede throughout. Bright blue stitching. Front two seats are embossed with the Polestar symbol in them as well. And as you can see, just a really, really clean example. And again, a credit to the previous owner with how well they've kept it. The other thing to note is that the Polestar, being the top of the range in safety, also has the blind spot monitoring system, which is this little diamond shape up on the right hand side here and on the other side. That illuminates bright orange when there is a vehicle in your blind spot. And then the other thing is the roof lining. Being the top of the range, it is the darkest grey charcoal, and just sets off the whole tone of the inside of the car. With the sunroof, it does have a couple of different ways to open, so you can just lift the back up. That does circulate the air through nicely, and then once that's closed down, if you open it up this way, you will note straight away that there's a bug guard that comes up, so that's to hit any bugs and keep them out of the car, and it pushes the air up over the top so you don't get too much air coming in. So as I mentioned, the car does come with the two factory keys here, obviously being very well looked after and kept in good condition. In terms of booklets, it's got all your owner's manuals that would have come originally with the car itself, and the service booklet is here. Good news about this particular car is the previous owners looked after it perfectly with Volvo servicing, so it was ideally purchased at Melbourne City Volvo and serviced there all the way through. So you've got servicing at 16,000, 32,000, 47, 51, 53, intermediate service now done by us, so there's no further money to be spent on the car, and does have excellent Volvo servicing throughout. I did mention it's got all the normal books that would have come with the car, but the thing with Volvo, they do another thing here where they've actually put a full owner's manual electronically inside its own system. So you have access to that inside the screen up here, and on top of that, if you go into your settings menu, there's a number of different settings in here, from everything to do with your car memory, your key memory, what the side mirrors do when you're reverse parking, whether they fold in when you lock up, your light settings for inside and outside, how long you want your headlights to stay on when you lock the car, whether you want one door to unlock when you touch that handle. There's thousands of different settings that you can have with this car to individually set it up the exact way you want it to be. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch our video presentation of the Volvo S60 Polestar. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and proof that here at Berwick Mitsubishi we like to do things differently and make the whole buying process super easy for you. I imagine this is the perfect car for you, so please give us a call on 9907 0555 and let us walk you through the rest of the process on how to make this your new car. Again, thanks very much for watching and look forward to hearing from you soon.